For day 15 of our Rainbow Rise Up, our 80 days of healing, we are going through the bee jamming sessions, which is a toolkit and treasure chest within the Feargiveness frequency that gives you everything you need to heal inside, outside, upside, and down. And today we are on number 3 of the bee jamming, which is affirmations. And affirmations, doing the I am affirmations really was the first thing out of all of the healing that I saw the most major impact to my subconscious mind. And first you get your story out, you talk out the trash, you fill your trash can of traumas and insecurities, the shame and blame, you put it all in there. And then you color your I ams, you pull out everything that you are, good, bad, and different. And then you, with your affirmations, it is upcycling all of the negative self-talk that's happening, and you're kind of alchemizing it and changing the narrative. You're upcycling all your fears within your affirmations. So whether you're journaling out your affirmations, which gives a whole bunch of benefits to changing the neural pathways within the brain, there's an eye, hand, visual, there's a sense, using your senses creates new activity and opens up different brain centers when you're writing out your affirmations. Speaking your affirmations out loud during mirror work, it like it's cosmic brownie points. It expands it even more. And then also using your I am affirmations in meditation and really taking it in. So it's a mind, body, soul connection that your affirmations do. And in the beginning, I just had this little flip book that I would write down all of my affirmations that would come up, all the things that I am and I wanted to reinforce, to pour in and knowing my heart, mind, and soul to hear it, to believe it, to feel it, to see it. And when you start your affirmations and you connect them with mirror work, there's just a special connection that you have with yourself and your inner child. And it really, you're looking into your own eyes, and that does something really super special. So as it started, I had this little flip book of all the I ams that I had gathered. And then when we moved on to, in its involvement, I took a mirror and I wrote all of the affirmations on the mirror, and then I would look into my own eyes and do it. Writing at the time, at the beginning of the Feargiveness frequency, I hadn't built up the muscle memory within my hands, using my hands again. Now, having affirmations and writing them out and journaling, it's a very slow process. But before, I just used my notes section and I would voice it out or speak it out loud in the mirror to myself. And then I found that I could have it right on my phone, and notifications could be sent to me with I ams. And there's a free app. It's called I Am, and it's an affirmation app. And then you can change. It has so many different categories. And I would sit there during my spinal drains, and I would just go through the app, and I would read the affirmations, and I would do it as long as I could. And then I selected the notifications, so then I would get randomly throughout the day these notifications. And I have to tell you, they were so divinely guided that I would receive the affirmation right when I needed to hear that thing. And then we moved and evolved into our SIPs, where there's soul integration practice, using the I am affirmations. And it was also facing our fears and what we would hear our subconscious mind tell us about ourselves, that we're not worthy, or if I did something wrong, oh, you always do this, or you always do that. The always and the nevers were always our pops of color and triggers for me. And when I hear myself say always or never, then I know that it is a belief, a limiting belief that I can change. And I can use that by stating what I want it to be. And if it's, I'm not worthy. I am worthy. I am divine. I am, and you just go through all of the changes of it. Or I always do that wrong. I am learning, I'm evolving, I'm a student. And you just change the narrative, and that quickly changes that in your mind. So affirmations can give you the quickest, biggest benefit when it comes to changing your confidence, creating new neural pathways within the brain, changing your limiting beliefs, upcycling your fears through just changing the narrative of how you speak to yourself. And I don't know about you, but my subconscious mind, my inner dialogue was really horrible. I would never speak to another human being that way, but I would allow myself to talk to me that way. And that's what I really needed. I really felt needed to change. And that happened, that I was able to do that through daily I am affirmation practices. In addition to the I ams of coloring your I ams, now as it's evolved, I will take those same notifications that come up on my phone, which I still get every single day, and I will EFT tap them. So I will bring those into an EFT tapping, and I will read through each one, and I will tap on all the acupressure points, and I will move that energy and really solidify it within my heart and mind. And so research has shown us that we have 60,000 thoughts a day, and 80% of them are negative, and 95% of them are repetitive. So they're the same thoughts that we've had day in and day out. So 48,000 thoughts that we have are fear-based, negative, looping thoughts that are on a constant loop within us. So when we look at affirmations and we look at changing the neural pathways within our mind, every affirmation or every positive thought that you have, it is replacing 5 to 10 negative thoughts within your mind. And it is stopping the looping process. Every affirmation has a higher frequency, which stops the looping process, which changes the frequency of what is going on in the brain, and your negative thoughts just don't know what to do with themselves. So think about it. For every one affirmation that you pour back into you, you are replacing 5 to 10. For every positive affirmation that you are pouring back into you, you are replacing 5 to 10 negative affirmations or negative thoughts within your brain. That is pretty cool. So if you could do 10 IMs a day, or 20 or 100, think about how quickly you are going to be able to move and clear out those limiting beliefs, and clear out that negative self-talk, and clear out the sabotage, just by putting your rainbow on repeat, putting your affirmations on repeat. And how cool would it be that it's okay, you have to give yourself grace. So when you find yourself in a negative self-talk or self-sabotage, or if you're ruminating and constantly looping information through, taking that pause, taking that breath from step one, taking a deep breath in and centering yourself, and then changing the narrative of those words that you're saying into what you would tell a friend, into what you would tell your child, into what you would tell your inner child. You are so have so much empathy and compassion for others, have that for yourself, especially in those moments where you find yourself speaking badly about you, because you're amazing and it's not okay. And we need to stand up together for ourselves, to ourselves, and take that to the mirror, because you won't say those things to yourself when you're looking into your own eyes, because you're mirroring yourself back. And just like you wouldn't say it to your child or your spouse or family member or friend. You wouldn't even say it to your neighbor or someone that you disliked or you had a soured connection with. That shows you that it's time for you to love on you just a little bit more. And that's why I felt like this affirmations are just so, so important. And I'm so glad that they're coming up on our day 15, 16, 15, day 15 of our Rainbow Rise Up and our 80 days of healing. So please drop in the comments, what are your favorite I ams? How has affirmations and I ams helped you on your journey? How do you bring affirmations? How do you utilize them in your own daily lives? Let's band together. Let's create a whole comment feed of all the different ways that we can bring and expand on this sip, trick, treat, or tip. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you on the other side of this rainbow.